In the headlines, 4 female students of State College of Arts and Science regain freedom after 6 months in captivity. 4 ex-governors made President Tinubu's ministerial list as he seeks Senate's approval. House of Representatives Speaker names Chairman of House Standing Committee. And on the international scene, Niger military junta bans protests as United Nations suspends humanitarian operations. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. Now the news in full. The 4 kidnapped female students of Zamfara State College of Arts and Sciences, Zakas, Gusau, have regained their freedom after over 6 months in bandits' den. The kidnappers had released 2 video clips at different periods in which the victims were seen crying and appealing for help from the government and wealthy individuals for their freedom. Mother of one of the victims died of shock after watching the first video clip. They were kidnapped along Bimini Magaji Laura Namoda Road in January 2023 while returning from a wedding ceremony. The State Police Command confirmed that they were rescued by security operatives in the state. The Osun State Police Command has arrested 6 suspected armed robbers along the Osun-Ile-Ife Highway. At the police headquarters in Osogbo, one of the suspects said that the struggle to feed and survive forced him to join the robbery gang. Hamid Oyebade files the report.
According to the command, policemen attached to Osun Divisional Police Headquarters engaged the robbers in gun duel after receiving a distress call that armed robbers were robbing motorists on the Osun-Ile-Ife Highway in the midnight. The policemen, the command noted, overpowered the armed robbers and arrested some of them, while others escaped into the bush with bullet wounds.
We went back to the drawing board, and the vigilante group, we set them out, and they were able to gather good intelligence for us to operate on. And to God be the glory. Just last week, it was an operation carried out throughout the night on Saturday to Sunday night, where we were able to apprehend some of these highway robbers, and we did arrest 2 of them. One with bulletproof. One of them initially. The case was transferred to the anti-kidnapping section of the command. At the end of the day, we were able to arrest 6 of them.
The suspects in custody confessed to the crime, with many of them saying that joblessness and the struggle to feed and survive forced them into joining robbery gang.
What comes to a man is equals to a man that should try and work with them and find money to eat. Moreover, my wife is pregnant, so I now follow them and flash, and they give me touch. The next day I flash for them. They share some jewelries. I don't have somebody to buy it. That bike man take the jewelries to his house. So I say we'll find somebody to sell it for me. The next day was this Sunday that they arrested me. They said we should go. Then as we reach, they now bring out all this gun. The gun is not working through, but they say when the flight touch, there's somebody that will go and meet the motor. Should just show it to the motor person, that the person will look at the gun and stop.
Guns and items stolen from their victims were recovered from the suspects. The Commissioner of Police said they will be prosecuted in court. Hamid Oyebade, Trust TV News, Osogbo.
A 4-bedroom building and 10 shops were gutted by fire on Thursday at Ileolola compound, Esa Junction along Olofa Way, Ofa local government area of Kwara State. Report says that the fire destroyed properties worth 39.6 million naira. According to the spokesman of the Kwara State Fire Service, Hassan Adekunle in Ilorin, a distress call reported a fire incident at Ileolola compound, Esa Junction along Olofa Road or Way of our local government area of Kwara State. He said the firemen at the scene displayed remarkably skill and efficiency, employing their prowess to contain the fire and prevent its spread to adjacent structures. Hassan said through their swift response and strategic firefighting maneuvers, they successfully reduced the menace of the fire, safeguarding nearby buildings from further damage. Preliminary investigations indicated that the fire was caused by a power surge, which ignited the inferno within the building. Now, President Bola Tinubu on Thursday submitted list of his minister nominees to Senate for approval. Chief of Staff and immediate past Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, personally delivered the names of 28 ministerial nominees to the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that the list, consisting of technocrats, former governors, lawmakers, is submitted in line with the requirements of Section 147, Subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Section 147, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended requires the President to forward a list of ministerial nominees to the Senate within 60 days of its inauguration. It is in line with this constitutional provision. The Senate, after a closed-door session, allowed former Speaker of the House of Representatives, now Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, to appear before it and submit the list.
Requests for confirmation of ministerial nominees. In compliance with the provisions of Section 147, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I am pleased to forward to the Senate for confirmation the underlisted 28 ministerial nominees.
Senate President Godswill Akpabio read the list, which include the names of immediate past governors of Kaduna, Jigawa, Rivers, Ebonyi states, and 24 others as minister nominees.
1. Abubakar Momo. 2. Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Chuka Sioen. 3. Architect Ahmad Dangiwa.
He has fulfilled that requirement of the Constitution by submitting 28 names today. As his letter stated and was read on the floor of the Senate, the remainder names, not sure how many, probably about 12, maybe 13, will be forwarded to the Senate in the coming days.
The chamber also deliberated on other bills and motions, including that on the need to intervene in the ongoing resident doctor strike. The lawmakers call on the federal government to engage with the striking doctors with a view to stopping the industrial action, just as it called on the health personnel to suspend the strike on humanitarian ground. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives has announced the names of members to chair 134 standing committees of the Green Chamber. Abbas made the announcement, naming chairpersons of the committees and their deputies on the floor of the chamber during Thursday's plenary session. This is in adherence to the tradition of the House of Representatives, in line with its standing rules, which made provision for the creation of standing committees to oversee the oversight functions of the government agencies. Some of the members named to chair some of the committees are Abubakar Bichi, Appropriations Chairman, Baba Jimmy Benson, the fence chairman. Mokhtar Betara is appointed FCT chairman. Regina Akume, National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, the NAFDAC. Ikenga Ogochinyere, chairman Petroleum Downstream. Idionosen Johnson, chairman Petroleum, while Ibori Suenu Ehia Teke, as a chairman Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Yusuf Gagdi, Navy, Idris Ahmed Wase, Federal Character, while Bamidele Salam is Chairman Public Accounts Committee, Wale Oke for Judiciary.
Every committee of the House enjoys equal status, powers and privileges as mere working groups to discharge the mandate given to us by our constituents. The principle of teamwork should guide our engagement in these committees. Committee chairmen must ensure that there are functional secretariats for their respective committees. This is very crucial as the House is redefining legislative work at the committees. All committees are now required to submit regular reports of their activities to the leadership of the House on a quarterly basis. Investigative hearings, public hearings, and reports from oversight functions have to be submitted to the House in plenary for further legislative action.
You're watching News Updates on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at how deplorable condition of road worries motorists. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. And here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you 4 female students of State College of Arts and Science regain freedom after 6 months in captivity. And 4 ex-governors made President Tinubu's ministerial list as he seeks Senate's approval. Now moving on to more stories. Restaurant operators in Katsina may opt out of the business due to low patronage the sector is experiencing following the high cost of food items in recent weeks. According to them, the purchasing power of most of their customers has been eroded following the rising standard of living, which has dealt negatively on their patronage. Abdullahi Yamadi visited 2 popular restaurants in Katsina and sent in this report.
This is the worst time ever for these restaurant operators who say the struggle to remain in the business is making them run at a loss. With the high cost of food items and other ingredients amidst debt-ridden civil servants struggling with economic adversity, restaurant business is no longer lucrative, according to the operators. On a regular business day prior to the present challenges, these restaurants will have no empty seats, but their presence now means the purchasing power of many has gone down.
So sometimes you cook food and at the end of the day, your expectation is not really, and your target, you are not able to meet up because of the situation at hand.
The customers are not having the money to come and buy our products. And some also, they will come, when they had the price of things, they will they can't afford, they can only get the little they can't. It affects the business, it affects the sales of the days.
Fuel subsidy removal and the subsequent increase in the price of petrol further compounded the already difficult situation of the restaurants. Another scenario ruining the industry is inflation and unstable taxation occasioned by inconsistent policies by revenue-generating agencies.
We are surviving only by grace of God. So we are looking onto government to make a friendly environment, and also let them look into the issue of the fuel and also cost of things in the market. The increase in the price of items in the market really is biting on us.
So we are only pleading on behalf of the people of the Nigeria and of citizens that the government to look into it and look a modality on how to look for a solution to step down the price of some things in the market so that they can ease both the common man and also the business man.
In Katsina, operators are hopeful that one day restaurant business will go back to its glorious days. Abdullahi Ismail Ahmadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Motorists and other road users are worried over the deplorable condition of Kaduna Western Bypass. The road had in recent time recorded frequent accidents that claimed many lives. The residents blame potholes on the road and drivers' attitude as some of the factors responsible for the frequent accidents on the road. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more.
Kaduna Western Bypass, also known as Nnamdi Azikiwe Express Road, is a link road between north and other parts of the country. The road is always busy with interstate commuters plying the road. However, the road is in deplorable condition now due to bad conditions of the road with many potholes. The road condition is worsening every day as motorists spend more time before they reach their destinations. The condition of the road affects our vehicles. Our tires are worn out easily due to potholes. The potholes not only delay vehicular movement on the road, but claim lives due to accidents on the road. I was in my shop here. A truck pulled down my shop and killed one person, and another truck fell on a car, but nobody was killed. Then next, reckless drivers avoiding the potholes killed an elderly man, and another truck also killed 6 people in a car along Kurmimashi. Commuters are appealing to government to hasten the reconstruction of the road. The road is bad, therefore we are appealing to government to hasten the construction of the road to avert losing lives on the road. We are calling on government, instead of commencing the construction along Command Junction, to please mobilize the contractor to this portion of the road due to its deplorable nature here. Earlier, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Works, Mahmoud Mamman, while expecting pace of work, had assured of speedy completion of the project.
It is in the same vein
that we also, go and look at the Kaduna Western Bypass that is being done by the Antacha and Sawo. And we saw the situation how it is. And in fact, me and my team, we have already sat down, we talked, we strategized, and believe me, by the time we get to the office, we are going to adopt a different strategy, and God's willing, the project is also going to start at a very fast rate, now that we have seen, and with the strategy that we are going to do.
If completed, the Western Bypass will ease movement of people and goods as the road links Kaduna State to key northern states and other parts of the country. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
In business, the European Trade Overview has shown that Nigeria's petrol imports from Russia have increased by 84% in 1 year to 3.8 million litres in 2023 from 558,300 litres in 2022. According to data obtained from Argus West African Oil on Nigeria's gasoline, Russia has been exploring other markets after the European Union, UK and the United States placed embargoes on its oil because of the invasion of Ukraine. The Organization of Petroleum Exportation Countries, of which Nigeria is a strong member, has maintained oil trade and alliances with Russia, a non-OPEC member, which has been a strong party to the Declaration of Cooperation Oil Cuts since 2014/2015. According to Argus, which Nigeria has, or while Nigeria has imported around 265,000 BD of petrol from 2016 to July 2023, with approximately 228,000 BD imported from Europe. The country's imports from Russia have spiked to 24,000 BD in 2023 compared with 3,700 BD last year. S&P Global said Russia's refined product exports to Africa had jumped since the invasion of Ukraine, increasing 14-fold in just over a year. Now from the international scene, Niger's new ruling junta has banned all public demonstrations after supporters of the coup set fire on the ousted president's party headquarters. The small group of arsonists had broken away from a larger show of support for the coup leaders outside parliament on Thursday. Police fired tear gas to disperse those who had gone to PND's Taraya party headquarters, where people were also stoning and burning cars. The ministry called on the security forces to protect the public and their property. Also, the United Nations has halted its humanitarian operations in the Republic of Niger as an expression of its displeasure to an attempt by the military to oust President Mohamed Bazoum and take over power. The UN humanitarian operations suspended operations in the troubled Sahel country, where the number of people in need of humanitarian assistance had risen precipitously from 1.9 million in 2017 to 4.3 million in 2023, according to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Meanwhile, the French Foreign Minister, Catherine Colonna, said Niger President Mohamed Bazoum is in good health after being taken captive by his own presidential guard, adding that Bazoum has spoken to Emmanuel Macron. Meanwhile, the ECOWAS community citizens call on the regional organization to address reoccurring of military takeovers in the sub-region and restore democratic governments in Niger Republic as part of rebuilding a strong and resilient ECOWAS. Musa Luka reports that citizens made this call in Abuja. The report.
Following the announcement of ouster of democratically elected government of Mohamed Bazoum Niger by Presidential Guard and consequent endorsement of the coup by the country's army, members of ECOWAS community citizens condemned the incident, noting that it is sad commentary for political developments in the West African region.
The military regime, there was corrupted regime, worse than the civilian regime. I think that where we have in this phase is to rethink our democratic system.
I am honored to be here to join my colleagues in the fight against three-term mandates in West Africa, and I am hereby condemning the coup that happened in Niger last night.
The president of NANS, Ken Okwaha, said the West African sub-region is currently undergoing a real decline, therefore calling on West African leaders to make the core Vision 2050 a reality.
We wish to sadly note that after the wave of democratization of the 1990s that raised a lot of hope, West African region is currently undergoing a real decline. And is also increasingly confronted with an erosion of individual and collective freedoms in a context of growing instability in relation to recurrent sociopolitical crises and violent extremism. We therefore make a solemn appeal to the entire West African community to make the core vision of 2050 a reality and to have a fully integrated community of people in a peaceful, prosperous region with strong institutions that respect fundamental freedoms and the rights of every citizen.
Director for Center for Democratic Development, CDD, Professor Jibrin Ibrahim, appreciated ECOWAS President Bola Tinubu for actively condemning the military takeover in Niger.
We believe strongly that citizens of West Africa and our governments need to mount the barricades again to make a clear statement that never again will we as a people accept recurrent coup d'etat. Having had our discussions this morning, we want to say we are happy that the chairman of ECOWAS, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, yesterday came out very strongly against the coup d'etat, and that ECOWAS moved swiftly in appointing President Patrice Talon, the president of Benin, as the West African mediator.
The ECOWAS community citizens said ECOWAS must carry out reforms, including reforms of its additional protocol on democracy and good governance, where term limits must be a cornerstone. Musa Luka, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And finally, in sports, Super Falcons media officer Oluchi Tobechukwu has dispelled fears that some of the team's key star might miss Monday's last group game against Republic of Ireland because of injury. Dependable midfielder Halimat Ayinde limped off the pitch with what looked like an ankle problem in the second half of Thursday's clash against Australia. Right back Michel Alozie also picked up a knock in the game, while Osinachi Ohale also sustained an injury. Tobechukwu, however, stated that the players are in good shape and will be fit for the match against the Republic of Ireland. The Super Falcons will take on Ireland at the Lang Park, Brisbane on Monday. They need just a point from the game to secure a place in the round of 16. And with that, we wrap up news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.